Fantastic. This is a Freak 24 political discussion, and of course, we are here discussing on what is happening in the world of politics. But of course, the strategy for 2027 is what we are focusing with, because at the end of the day, we know that on 2027, a lot of people are going to come out to discuss on politics, and most of people they are going to come out. Most of the Gen Z they are saying that they will also come out to talk about what is happening in the world of politics. But now, elections are here. Elections are here. Who are you rooting for 2027? But of course, the biggest happening today is what we saw the IEBC chairperson. We have the IEBC chairperson, and a lot of people have raised issues on the IEBC chairperson, and also the court also has also tried to interfere about the IEBC chairperson. But here we will be discussing more about that. But of course, where are you joining us from? You can also be part of this conversation. You'll be part of Africa 24 political discussion by joining the studio, and you become part of the conversation. The studio is live, so you need only to click the link that I've shared there, and you'll be part of this conversation here. Tell us, what do you think about the IBC nominees? The IBC nominees that were selected. Do you think that was fair nominees? Do you think the new chair, of course, for the IBC, of course, your person for IBC is ready, and of course, he will do that kind of job diligently, because that is where a lot of people are questioning. So join us here, Africa 24, a political discussion, of course. My name is Boniface Kimanzi. Join us here. Tell us, what do you think about the new IBC? Of course, it is during today, and of course, today, whereby we have new, of course, the president also approved new chairperson and commissioners to head the elections commission. And of course, legal notice showed filing position of critical influence in a country with a long history of contentious polls. Of course, you know, IBC, it is the center of this country election. So of course, the president, of course, approved that. So we have the new chairperson of the IBC. What do you have to say? The new chairperson of the IBC, of course, is here with us. Tell us what you think about the new chairperson IBC after what we saw the other day. Of course, that was Wafula Chebukati. Of course, he died, but we say may his soul rest in peace. So, of course, the Chief Justice Martha Koome was, of course, there, and also a lot of people just came out there, of course, during the that celebration. But of course, the new chairperson. What do you have to say about the new chairperson of IBC? Of course, the new chairperson is Erastus at the Con. Yes, Erastus at the Con, a new young man, is now the new chairperson. Of course, Kenya saw him today, and the chairperson and the 6 commissioners will serve for 6 years. So they will serve for 6 years. And of course, they took their oath at a ceremony, of course, that was overseen by CJ Martha Koome. Of course, she was there, and a lot of people also gave their speeches about that speech. Of course, we are also going to discuss all those here in Africa 24. Join us here. You will be part of this conversation. Of course, this is Africa 24 political discussion. Joining us here is free. Join through the link there, and will be part of this conversation. The link I've shared there, you click the link that will direct you to the studio and become part of this conversation. I can see that we are many, but of course, we start with the. So join the link. You click the link, and the link will direct you to the studio, and you'll be part of this conversation here on Africa 24 as we discuss about politics. What do you have to say about the new of course, the new chairperson of IEBC, the new chairperson of IEBC? What do you have to say about the new chairperson of IEBC? Because we know that the new chairperson of IEBC is there, and he will serve for 6 years. 6 years, it means that now we are in the time whereby we are running for the elections. The elections are going to be held the other day, That is, we have 1 year to elections. So we have elections coming in between us anytime. So what do you have to say about that? So joining us here live, you'll be part of the studio and become a guest here. Tell us, of course, I can see we have a lot of followers following us from Mutembe, and if you're following us from Mutembe also, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel here as we discuss more about the 2027 election strategy. What do you have to say about 2027 election strategy? Because Rigiji is out of the country, of course, after what we saw.
How you want me to go?
I've heard him crying today that he doesn't know how we want him to go home. I've heard him crying today. I saw him very mellowed. The usual bravado is not there. I saw him very mellowed, crying. Oh, people are saying Ruto must go. I need to understand how I need to go.
What do you mean? What do you mean by Ruto must go? How do I go?
The decision of how you go is yours. There are 2 ways you can make a decision. 1, you can resign and go home in dignity. 2, you can wait for the people of Kenya to remove you through the ballot.
So what is this craze about terms?
I heard him today crying about 1 term. There's nothing he can do. Okay. That is a clarion call, 1 term.
And if it's a question of terms, the Constitution already has sorted out and settled the issue of terms. Terms are limited. You can either be 1 term, you can be 2 term. Maximum. You cannot have more than that.
Plan number 1 is William Ruto must exit the space.
Really?
President William Ruto must be sent home.
I can also go and concentrate on farming and help in food security. You know, if you have a better plan.
President Ruto says we have no plan. We have a plan to send him home. It's a very important plan in the whole matter.
Na kama hutaki kiongozi, ngojea uchaguzi. There is no problem. Ngojea uchaguzi upige kura yako.
Wewe Sabrano. Wewe Sabrano. Wewe Sabrano. Uliniahidi? Yes sir. Si nilitoa pesa? Yes sir. Si mulinihakikishia? Sasa hii ni mambo gani wewe Sabrano?
So,
si muliniambia hili kijini kifukuza wiki 3 atakuwa amesaulika?
Yes sir. Watu wanatutisha hapa sijui utachaguliwa 1 term, hata ukichaguliwa wiki moja hiyo ni baraka. Unatisha nani na 1 term?
And solutions cannot be found in terms. Solutions are found in strategy and a plan.
I don't talk about half term. I want William Ruto to serve the remaining 2 years. Through the ballot, we take him home. But if he decides he's tired, the way he has talked today, asking how we want him to go, he has the opportunity, if he wishes, he can resign and go home.
Kama uchaguzi imekwisha. Tutarudi. Tunangoja mpaka tena uchaguzi mwingine ikuje. Alafu jitokeze. Fanya campaign. Vile inafanyika katika nchi zingine. Kusema wewe utatoka, wananchi ndio utatoa mtu nje, sio wewe.
If you want Ruto to go, please, my simple advice to you, look for a better plan.
Hao watu hawatujui. They don't know us. Wanatuangalia tu hivi, wanatupima hivi, wanaona kama ni
tribalism. According to William Ruto, is anybody who is not in his praise and worship team. But if you agree to sing his song, you are a nationalist.
Anachochea mapinduzi.
And I don't think anybody wants to overthrow William Ruto. All this nonsense that there was a coup, they wanted to overthrow William Ruto, is all nonsense. It's just a Ruto boys trying to hype him and cheat him so that he doesn't see the reality that Kenyans are agitating for reforms. Kenyans are agitating for good governance. They want to just lie to William Ruto that all this clamor you are seeing is not genuine. Kenyans are not angry. They still love you. Oh, they still support you. They are all lies. Oh, it was a coup. Oh, they want to overthrow you. That is all nonsense.
Umeingia police station. Umechukua bunduki na risasi. Si hiyo ni mapinduzi jameni? Ama kuna kitu kingine hapo?
Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station, piga yeye risasi.
Kipchumba Murkomen is a young, excited cabinet secretary, full of himself because of money and power. He cannot, against the law, give instructions to police to shoot to kill.
Ati anaenda kunyang'anya polisi bunduki. Ati atakuja kupembelezwa. Unafikiria bunduki ni mandazi?
Police station is a public institution, and members of public have every right to go to a police station, even where you are protected areas like State House.
Lakini mtu mwenye anakuja kuchukua bunduki ati mtu atakuja ati anakuja kuchoma ati anachoma police station. Wacha niulize nyinyi mtajenga hii police station? Mko na pesa ya kujenga hii police station? Mko nayo? Wewe vijana, ule unaongea mbaya hapa. Wewe uko na pesa ya kujenga police station? Na hii maneno unaongea mingi ni hata koti hatuna.
I had Kipchumba Murkomen telling police officers to shoot people and he'll protect them. That is a lie. And they should not believe him. And I want to tell the police officers, they have seen what has happened. The police officers who tortured and killed Albert Ojang today are in custody. They are before court on their own. They are facing murder charges. Yet the man who gave them instructions is at home doing his own things.
Na msiogope, wakati mtu amesha kuja police station, anataka kuchukua ofisi ya serikali, anataka kuchukua bunduki, anataka kukujia maisha yako, pita na yeye.
I think the CS Interior must respect the people of Kenya. People are not that stupid, you know. It is very evident.
Mmenisikia? Yes sir. Hii bunduki mmepewa hapa, mimi sijapewa. Na mkupewa ndio ikue decoration. Mtu akijaribu police station, anakuja kuchukua atu bunduki, anataka kupiga we maisha yako. Jiokoe kwanza. Hiyo story nyingine ya sijui ati wewe ulifanya nini, hiyo tutafanya baadaye na mimi nitakuwa mbele kukutetea.
Don't take that stupid instruction from Kipchumba Murkomen seriously, because you shoot somebody, you'll be arrested and taken to court.
When you ban guns, when you ban a police station, you want us to celebrate you and bring you a birthday cake.
Unajua kuna watu wako na shida, wako na ugonjwa, wanasiasa. Ukienda mahali upigiwe makofi mawili matatu na wananchi, unajifanya wewe ni Mungu.
Even if you are mentally deranged, si unaona vile hawa wananchi wanataka.
Sikia wengine wakisema sijui mimi ni shujaa sana, ati hakuna mtu anaweza nishika. My friend,
hapo mnataka tuende, tutaenda na mimi niko mbele.
Wanajifanya wajuaji.
How can you assume that we don't have a problem in the country? Tuko na shida. And the sooner we all accepted that we have a problem, the better.
You cannot secure others if you are not safe. And for our men and women in uniform to be safe, we must give them the equipment.
Na hiyo mambo ya ugaidi, tutakuja tukuchukue na tukutafute kabla hata haujatoka kwako nyumbani. Hivyo ndio tunafanyanga na Al-Shabaab. Si mnajua mimi nimekuwa waziri wa usalama wa taifa? Ama mna hiyo habari? Si mimi for the last 2 years nilikuwa minister wa interior. Si mimi nilikuwa nakazana na bandits huko North Rift huko na wale wa Al-Shabaab wa Lamu.
So if the opposition are organizing these things and causing this, unangoja filimbi ya nani kukamata hao watu wa opposition? Kamata wote. Yeah, if you have facts about it, you are saying so and so is funding this, so and so is funding. Why are you telling us a story?
And I can see some of these boys on TikTok. They are wearing police uniform, calling themselves sergeants, and that they have taken over power.
And for our men and women in uniform to be safe, we must give them the equipment.
If you see goons in a police vehicle, who owns that police vehicle? That is the state. If you see goons wreaking havoc and police are just watching, you don't need rocket science to know who has sponsored the goons.
Wasichana kina mama wakabakwa. Mchana kutwa, usiku kuchwa.
Lakini mtu mwenye anakuja kuchukua bunduki.
Kipchumba Murkomen, you say you want to arrest me tonight. Please just go ahead. I'm here. You know where I am. You don't even have to wait for this interview. You can come after this. Come and arrest me today. Go and arrest Kakuya. Go and arrest Major Dom.
So you don't fear arrest?
We don't fear the arrest.
Na hata hiyo siasa wanajigamba nao, hata wezana na sisi. They will not. Tutawanyorosha asubuhi na mapema.
Wanasema ati Gachagua analilia mlima, but Gigi has been making headlines in this country. Of course, as we also start the show here, we discuss more about what is happening. So we are live in Africa 24, we are live in True TV 24, We're live in Mzalendo TV. We're live in Mutembe. So if you're following us from Mutembe, join us, click the link and you'll become part of the studio. So come here, tell us, what do you think about the new IBC chairperson, of course, who was sworn in today? And of course, President also approved the new IBC chairperson. So is he worthy to become the chairperson of this country? This is after what we witnessed in 2022, whereby we saw what happened, of course, the late Wafula Chebukati, during the handing over of the winner during the 2022 at Bomas of Kenya. We also seeing the current situation whereby the politics are still getting hot as we approach 2027.
Tunataka amani Kenya. Tunataka watu wafanye biashara. So mtu ambaye anaenda kuchoma biashara ya mtu mwingine, mtu ambaye anachukua moto anaenda kuchoma biashara ya mtu, anaenda kuchoma mali ya watu wengine, mtu kama huyo apigwe risasi miguu, aende hospitali, akienda kotini. Yes. Wasimuue, lakini wapige hii miguu ivunjike ndio aende kotini, aende hospitali, akienda kotini. Hapana, hatuwezi kukubali mtu ambaye anaamuka kwake anaenda kuchoma mali ya mtu mwingine, biashara ya mtu mwingine. Iko haki hapo kweli? Hapana, hiyo mchezo watu waache. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niseme askari wasipige wananchi risasi kuwaua. Lakini muhalifu, mtu ambaye amechukua kazi kwenda kuvunja biashara ya mtu mwingine, ashughulikiwe, aende hospitali, akienda kotini.
Ashughulikiwe, aende kotini. Do you agree with the words from the president? Because this is after the looters destroyed a lot of properties during the 25th June and also 7/7, that is Saba. But of course, the question has been raised severally. Where do you want us to go? But the response from Gachagua before he left.
Mr. President, nobody wants to throw you. Nobody wants to overthrow your government. Nobody wants you out of power through unconstitutional means. Mr. President, I and the people we work with are on record. We want to remove you from State House through the ballot in 2027. This narrative you are creating that there is an attempt to overthrow your government is for you to have the opportunity to use the Terrorism Act to profile communities and to persecute leaders who are opposed to your administration. Please relax. We want you to serve your one term. Nobody wants you out of government unconstitutionally. Nobody has any plan to overthrow your administration, Mr. President. We want to face you on the ballot in August 2027. So just relax and stop crying wolf that anybody wants you out of office unconstitutionally. There is no leader here who is planning a coup, and none has the capacity. And nobody is interested. The leaders in this country, and indeed 95% of the Kenyan population, want to humiliate you at the ballot. They will relish that moment. None of them would want you to go out through any other method, unless, of course, you decided to resign on your own volition. So please stop creating this narrative. This narrative is to enable you to use anti-terrorism law to persecute leaders and to persecute the Kikuyu community. If you speak out online, Mr. President, you want to use the Terrorism Act to harass people. If you dare challenge your administration, you want to use the Terrorism Act to deal with people who are opposed to your administration. My fellow Kenyans, let us not be deceived. William Ruto has stripped away even the pretense of democracy. What we are witnessing is not the rule of law, but the rule of fear. This is not the behavior of a government that serves its people. This is the machinery of outright dictatorship.
That is Ricky G. That is Ricky G when he was responding to William Ruto. Of course, the president said that Those who want to remove from the office unconstitutionally, they should stop. Those who are pretending that they have the best manifesto, they should stop. They should also stop enticing the protesters. But it is during this year whereby we have seen a lot of people losing their lives during the June 25th, and also during the protest that happens on the 7/7 this year. It has been a hell of a year, but we have seen how Kenyans have reacted. But of course, we have Eric Omondi, Baba Wino, who have been making a lot of headlines when it comes to the current situation.
Police force, police unit, government, GSU, hapana. Saizi Mungu ana expose. Ukienda kushoot in Kenya, there's always a camera rolling. I think ni Mungu. It's impossible to shoot. Ukienda kudrag mtu kwa nini, there's always a camera rolling. Napenda kitu mheshimiwa amesema. Wewe polisi, ukishoot Mkenya, ni wewe. Ni wewe. President tutadil naye venye Mungu atatulead. Lakini wewe ukishoot Mkenya, I want to reiterate that so many times. You mean mtoto wa polisi. My father was a chief inspector. Yeah, was. Hata nasema naogopa. You know, the police service, because now we have a police force. The police service was a pride of this nation. Mimi nilikuwa niende nikuwe polisi, ni vile nilikuwa mfupi. Yeah? Hata nashukuru Mungu sikuenda. Ndugu zangu, cousins wangu, uncle zangu, everybody wanted to go to Kiganjo. Everyone wanted to be a policeman. Watu walikuwa na bribe mpaka wakuwe polisi. Sasa hizi nakutana na polisi kwa street. Anaanza kuji-explain. Anaanza ku-apologize. Mimi nasalamia tu polisi kwa traffic. Sasa mdosi, Eriko unajua? Eriko, wacha nikwambie kitu moja. Sisi wote. Why have you made that uniform so heavy? Yeah? It is no longer a pride to be a policeman. Yeah? So the police force, yeah? Wewe ukiwa an individual, usichukue order ya kuua Mkenya mwenzako. Kumbuka wewe, before ukuwe polisi, 3 years ago ulikuwa form 4. Yeah? You wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer. Na uko na bibi. Sasa umejipata wewe ni polisi, umejisahau. You are a Kenyan first before you are a policeman. To the Kenyan government headed by Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the president. Malizeni muende. Malizeni tu muende. Na msipochunga hamtamaliza. Because enough is enough. Hatuwezi Maze leo tuko All Saints Cathedral. Tena maze nishapigiwa simu ya Ndumberi. Natoka hapa naenda tena kwa familia nyingine, mtoto amekufa. Tena naanza kuchanga. Tena saa tu tena naenda kumwaga mchanga. Tena nikienda kulala niko na mtoto maze. I've buried 8 people. I've buried 8 people in 1 month. Sasa nimetoka Kisumu kujenga shule, nimekuja hapa mheshimiwa, nikasema sasa niende nikae na Kalia. Simu ndio inaingia. Sasa Eric, nakupigia mtoto wangu amepigwa risasi. Tuchangie, tunazika. Tena naenda kuzika. Tena nikizika huyu nikienda kupumzika, tena simu inaingia, mwingine ameshutiwa. Mtoto msichana mdogo hajafika hata 10 years. Hayuko kwa maandamano, ako kwa sitting room. Tulisema tutaandamana, tutavurugana, tutatukanana, tutapigana, lakini hatutauana. Kenya Police, wacheni kutuwekea kasongo. You are the one with the gun. Wewe ndo na cock. Wewe ndo na shoot. I'm speaking to you as the son of a policeman, and I'm not proud to say that statement. Wherever my father is, I'm sure anageuka kwa hiyo grave yake. Yeah? 39 people are dead, they're not yet buried. Hundreds mheshimiwa wako kwa nini? Wako Kenyatta. I think we can also say enough is enough. To the Gen Zs, do not worry. Do not worry. This will be the last liberation that this country will experience. Kulikuwa na wale wazungu, kukakuwa na multipartyism, this will be the last one. And I want to tell you that this government is worse than the white man. Huyu Boniface, hakuna tofauti ya huyu Boniface na Dedan Kimathi. Hakuna tofauti ya ule Albert Ojwang na Dedan Kimathi. They died and shed blood while fighting for a nation. Ni kama wale maumau. Mimi nimesema, hawa ndio maumau wetu. Every generation has their heroes. These are our heroes. And we will celebrate them as our heroes. And when time comes, God willing, these streets zitaitwa Boniface Mwangi. God bless you.
No way they can run away from this responsibility of killing the Kenyans they have killed. The Kenyan youths have been killed by this administration. They started very peaceful demonstrations, but the government saw it fit to invite goons to come and tarnish the name of this protest. So the back fully stops the President of Kenya, Mr. Kasongo Ruto, has to take full responsibility for the deaths of the Kenyan youth of this generation. And I want to urge the Kenyan people, and I want to thank them so much, because we as parliamentarians, we know Parliament is under siege. We are not able to pass laws that are able to change the narrative of this country. But I'm so happy that when people passed the Finance Bill 2024, the people of this country came out strongly and supported us, who are in opposition, and we saw the president recede on his decision. It is the right time now the Kenyan populace take upon its hands to chart its way forward. Kwa sababu uongozi ambao tuko nao Kenya ni watu ambao they are so greedy, ni watu wa, people who are power hungry. And I want to ask Kenyans, next time unachagua president, tuangalie history yake. Tuangalie mtu mwenye ana njaa ya power. It is not a must you kill people so that you can lead. It is not a must uwe watu ndio ukuwe kiongozi. Hiyo uongozi inakuja na inaisha. Uhuru alikuwa president. Right now tujui mali alienda. Hata wewe Kasongo utaenda. Lakini damu ya watoto utabeba hadi kwa kaburi. We are saying this, we will not be cowed. They have tried to, wamejaribu kutu threaten, kutu blackmail. Juzi marafiki zangu wameshikwa wameandikiwa terrorism charges. In this country, in your own country, unaandikiwa tu ni terrorist. Hatutakubali kuishwa kwa nchi yetu. Mali Kasongo alina visa ya kuzaliwa Mkenya. I'm a Kenyan by right, and I'll stand fight. As a mzungu says, it's always darkest at dawn. Hii ni kitu inapita, tunajua tutakomboa nchi, na ni uchungu sana kuangalia. Serikali imeshindwa kupatia vijana ajira, wale wenye wameamua kuhustle kivyao wanajaribu kutafuta riziki yao, inakuja na wapiga risasi in broad daylight. This is a matter that we should not take it lightly. Yes. We have to give it the seriousness that it deserves. Ule kijana ameamua kujihasulia asikae idol. At least na serikali kataa kumpea kazi. Serikali inaona kitu muhimu ni kumpiga risasi. Na tunaambia polisi, once umeamua kupiga hiyo risasi, you shall take personal responsibility. We'll be dealing with you individually. Mambo ya kusema police unit, hiyo ni hekaya na ni hadithi. Wewe ukiwa mtu tunadili na wewe, tunapelekana na wewe na familia yako hadi mwisho. So, hii nchi
Yes. That was Eric Omondi, of course, saying that he is tired. He was saying that he is very tired, by the way, because of what is happening. He's saying that I'm very tired. Anytime I go out of the house, I move out of the house, I get a lot of calls, I get a lot of people trying to talk to me. And this has really got into a direction whereby she cannot even have a time for his family. Reason being, he has to move out of the house any day. So he's complaining about the Kenya Kwanza government, complaining about the Kenya Kwanza government, that is Eric Omondi. I can see Gibbs Sikona karibu sana, Freak 24, one of ours here, saying that it's biting police. It's biting the police off his back. Come on, Eric is the deal. That is Gibbs Sikona, and also saying that people dying without good reasons. But because Ruto and his goons are silencing us, that is someone in the comment section there also saying people dying without a good reason. But it's because of the government and also people who are silencing us. Join us, Gypsy Corner. Click the link there and you'll be part of the studio. Tell us what you have to say about the situation that is happening. Of course, Baboino has been there and he has been making headlines. This is him when he was in the court trying to release the Gen Z.
To public security and national security implications. Your Honor, the suspects you're seeing before you, vis-a-vis the police, Your Honor, the state has monopoly of violence and has all the tools of violence. Your Honor, if you see in some of the videos on social media, how the state, how the police is executing the young ladies, the future of this nation, and men, young ladies and men, Your Honor, your heart will bleed. And if they are doing that to the unarmed civilians, what about those who will go to the police station armed? They can bomb them, Your Honor. Paragraph 8 of the notice of motion, Your Honor, we are being told about the complexity of the investigations, and that this includes recording of witness statements. If I had my brother, the inspector, he stated clearly that the witnesses went to the station, and at the same time, he's yet to record their statements. And Your Honor, the suspects before you have been held beyond 24 hours, from 7th to 9th. So therefore, Your Honor, when you look at the cases that are presented before you that they will be charged with, that robbery with violence, and you slightly go deeper into the elements of these charges, robbery with violence, you see, and he agreed that he did say that he found the suspects in flagrante delicto, red-handed. So that means that, Your Honor, if he was to carry out forensic analysis of what? If you look at the elements of that crime, which entails that they are found in a group, found with weapons, they must have been violent, and the element of robbery established. So you are being told that they need more time to carry out forensic analysis, Your Honor. Another case is the assault of a police officer, Your Honor, and we are not told of the OB number of the said case, not here as we speak, and at the same time, the names of these officers, not told. And Your Honor, we are also not told of any P3 form that has been filled. Then, Your Honor, as I finish, when I come to paragraph 6 of the affidavit, Your Honor, paragraph 5, sorry, that at the time of the arrest, the respondents were duly informed of the reasons of their arrest, which is good enough. And Your Honor, by the time you are being informed of the reason of your arrest, it means that the IO.
Yes, that is Baba Wino, Member of Parliament for Embakasi, of course, injecting in the court when he was trying to save the Gen Z who were arrested. Alex, of course, give us your opening remarks and also tell us what you have to say about the ABC and the Baba Wino, the likes of Eric Omondi. You have seen how he spoke over there, and also the current situation that is happening currently in the country.
So good evening to you, Bonnie, and good evening to Gypsy Corner in the comment section. So I hope you guys can hear me today. I've been having some slight issues with my network. It has been buffering when I'm in the studio, but finally I am here. So I've heard what Babu Wino has said, and I think there are many things that he has spoken about that are true. And we need people like those, and we need the Babu Winos, the Sifuna. Even right now in the country, we need Miguna back in the country to discuss some political issues, because we need truthful men. As it stands, the truthful man is out of the country, so we are missing. We're missing people to inject on the issues that the citizens are facing. So, but for Babu Owino and Sifuna, and Maverick Kaoko on X, and everybody who is pushing for good governance in the country. What I can say is that they continue, and we stand with them, and as we also try to push for good governance in the country. Yeah, so those are my opening remarks.
Police Service Act of 2011, uangalie Schedule 6, uangalie Part A, uangalie Section A, inapea polisi ratiba ya kutumia kama ni nguvu, kama si nguvu. Article 37 inakuruhusu wewe uende barabarani uandamane. Si ni ukweli? Lakini hiyo 37 haijasema ukiandamana unaingia kwa supermarket unavunja. Haijasema ukiandamana unaenda kuchoma police station. Haijasema ukiandamana unashika wanawake wa watu unaanza kurepo wao. Hakuna mahali Article 37 imesema namna hiyo. Na sheria ikasema katika hiyo National Police Service Act ya kwamba polisi atatumia bunduki wakati life yake iko threatened, na wakati ameonelea kwamba ile nguvu kidogo ako nayo amelemewa. Nyinyi mumeona TV? Simuliangalia maandamano? Sasa usimuliona watu kama 1000 wameingia supermarket na wameshika na mawe na wanarusha. Hebu niambie, polisi atatumia njia gani polisi 5 au 10 waende kuwashika watu 1000 waweke kwa sel? Niambie tu kweli. Itaweza ama itaweza? Si itakuwa ngumu sana? Ndio sasa tunawaambia namna hii. Tafadhali fuateni sheria. Hiyo ni act of terrorism. When you do that, kwenda kuchoma police ni act of terrorism. William Ruto atamaliza term yake, ataondoka. Lakini police station wacha zibaki ziserve Kenya nyingine wakati yake ikiisha baada ya term 2. Sio kuharibu. Iko sawa, iko sawa.
Iko sawa. Unakubaliana na maneno yake your member of parliament?
No, he's not my member of parliament, Kimanzi. So stop lying to citizens who are watching Africa. My member of parliament is Felix Oduor, also known as Jalas 001. But anyway, I think the biggest issue that the issue that MP Osoro is missing the point is that the ones who are looting people's property and destroying the businesses of people in town are not the protesters. So, and I think that is what he's trying to portray as a narrative. And speaking of how the police are supposed to take the order into their own hands to ensure peace prevails in the country. I see Gypsy Second is saying there are paid goons and normal peaceful demonstrators is 2 different things. Yeah, very true. So what I'm trying to say, Gypsy, is this MP Sylvanus Osoro is trying to portray a narrative that the ones who are destroying the property are the ones who are still going to the streets to demonstrate. So indirectly is trying to indicate that the youth who are going to protest in town, the Gen Z, are supposed to be killed by the police to defend themselves, instead of saying that politicians are not supposed to sponsor the demonstrations, but they're just supposed to let the demonstrations flow, which are conducted by the citizens. The demonstrations are not supposed to be infiltrated by politicians. They should just let the citizens go out to the streets and demonstrate. They should not try to find a way to politicize the movement as it stands. So I think that is what Sylvanus Osoro is trying to portray the narrative. So, but funny thing, you will never see him in the ground on the day of protest. So seeing is better than believing. So he should come to the streets and he see the people demonstrating, so that he can be able to attest that the demonstrators are not the ones who are wreaking havoc in the country. Yeah, believing is better than believing.
See, it's better than believing, but now we have 1 year to the election. I don't think whether it's high time also to have this politics, but we're having an issue that happened the other day. Now, IBC chairperson, hiyo swali nimekuuliza. What do you have to say about the new IBC chairperson? is he ready for that task? Ataweza kweli kusema kama ni yes or no? Atapea the right result for the general election? Because hapo ndio Wakenya wanaangalia sana.
Okay, so if you are to ask me, Bonnie, I don't necessarily agree with the appointment of that person, and I think it's so wrong of us to have waited this long. We have dilly-dallied for a long time without having an IEBC in the country. Then all of a sudden, the appointments that are made today, and the Chief Justice who has let down Kenyans. This is the worst Chief Justice we have ever had there to preside over the matter. So as it stands, Bonnie, if the president really was as diligent as he says he is, he could have appointed the IEBC commissioners, Bonnie, a year ago in 2024 or even 2023. But I prefer a year ago in 2024, so that the preparations for the 2027 elections would have started to be conducted. But they have waited for a long time. Until right now, Bonnie, people on X have been complaining that there is no IEBC in the country. There is no IEBC in the country. That's when right now they have pulled one out of the bag, and they have brought people whom we don't know much about their credentials or their integrity, and tunaambiwa tu sasa ndio watu wa IEBC. So there are a lot of question marks to raise about the people who have been appointed today. For me, Bonnie, I don't trust. The last IEBC person I trusted was Chris Msando, who is now 6 feet under. Apart from that, Bonnie, maybe I don't trust anyone else.
I don't trust anyone. That is Alex, of course. It is saying that he does not trust anyone when it comes to IEBC. Gipsikon, IEBC is something for convenience. They work with government instead of overlooking. That is Gipsikon in the comment section there. He's saying that IEBC is something for convenience. They work with the government instead of overlooking. So he is saying that they work with the government instead of overlooking.
Talk to my cousins. Ukifika Ukambani, hi cousins. Hi cousins. Hi cousins. Iko kijana mwingine ya Kasongo. Yule anaitwa bibi ya Ruto. Alikuwa analia jana machozi. Ati makazi ni wamependana. Yeye ameza wembe. Atajua hajui.
Mumesikia hiyo maneno ama bado haijafika huko kwenu? Imefika? Na mbona hamsemi? Nia yangu, mpango yangu ni kuunganisha Kenya iwe moja. Kuunganisha watu wote, mandugu, cousins,
mashemeji hai.
Huyu anaongea na huyu, huyu anaongea na huyu, huyu na ule mwingine. Bas, Kenya inaenda mbele.
Sasa tutakuwa tuongei, tunaongea na message. Akitaka kuniambia kitu na mimi namjibu. Tukiwa mkutano yeye akinitukana, mimi namtukana.
So twende polepole namna hiyo. Hakuna haja ya.
Anaenda Kirinyaga na tafuta mama hapo governor, anamwambia wewe utakuwa rais. Kichwa yake inaharibika. Anaenda Nakuru anatafuta governor, wewe ndio utakuwa rais. Kichwa yake inaharibika.
Lakini unajua hata mimi niliambiwa hivyo.
Hii urais ana promise watu zaidi ya 10.
Wewe unajuaje? Pengine bahati inaweza
na kuwapatia pesa na ndege wazungu.
Ukiwa deputy president iko makosa kuambia rais yesa. Mimi sio rais peke yake naambianga yesa. Kwa hivyo nikisema yesa iko makosa.
Narok mnasemaje?
And those are the people roaming the corridors of power and giving us lectures. What lecture are you giving us?
Fikiria ati utanitisha mimi, ati umenitoa kwa kazi, ati nitakosa umaarufu kwa hii jamii. Mimi ndio nilikuleta hapa. Ukatanganywa na Ichung'wa ati ulijilete, si ujilete sasa.
We have no time for tribalists and people who are incompetent and those who want to divide our nation.
Sasa unafikiria ati unapanga fujo Kenya ya kuharibu mali ya Wakikuyu na Wameru na Waembu. Alafu unatuma Kimani Ichung'wa bunge aseme ni Rigiji, ati ndio hii watu wachukie Rigiji. You think our people are stupid for a second time?
Mtu ya fitina, mtu ya ukabila, mtu ya share sijui mitego. Utashindana na nani kwa hii Kenya?
Hata sasa niko nje, ndio niko na nguvu zaidi ya kukinga hii jamii.
Musidanganye na wimbi na jipepo la Juni, maji ya kupita rigiji.
Turakuonera itiniwe.
Pia chuma unacho tena kinatokota sana jikoni, na sisi hatumezi mate.
Kenya hakuna mtu naongea nani atakuwa rais. Wanaongea ni nani ataondoka.
We mlima, hata ujui inaitwa mlima. Unasema mlima.
Namwambia Kenya unajua mimi sijui Kenya, lakini mlima mimi najua.
Kila wakati mlima. Ukiketi chini mlima.
Na hii mlima wewe si mmoja wetu.
The high cousin.
Hawa ni watoto wangu. Those are my sons and daughters.
The high cousin.
You are not one of us.
Ruto one term. Aende nyumbani one term.
And those are the people roaming the corridors of power and giving us lectures. What lecture are you giving us?
Siwezi kubaliana na wewe. Mimi ni bwana ya pasta.
Mimi nimekuwa mwinjilisti. Nikiwa university nilihubiri sehemu nyingi ya Kenya. Na mimi najua umuhimu wa watu ambao wanahubiri neno la Mungu.
The Bible is the most quoted text, even by our leaders in government. That same Bible says, come now, let us reason together. And then this is not rocket science. You don't need a PhD from Harvard to know we are headed the wrong direction. You can see it is written all over the place.
Na watu wawache wasiwasi. Mambo ya siasa bado.
Wanachoma vitu yao.
Lakini siku hizi wanaume wamesahau, wanatupiga na mapanga, wanatupiga na marungu, na Mungu aliwapatia kitu ambaye wanatakana kutupiga nayo.
Makosa tulifanya ni kwenda harusi na gari ya mtu mwingine. Sasa tumefika kwa mto, dereva anaitwa Kasongo amesema shukeni.
Ukifika nyumbani, mwekee maji moto mume wako. Mkande miguu mume wako. Mwambie mzee pesa zimeingia, kwa hivyo for today wacha tucheze ule mchezo wa Adam na Hawa.
Mumesikia hiyo maneno ama bado haijafika huko kwenu?
Huyu anasema nini, mchezo wa nini? Ala, mnajua hiyo mchezo? Mnaifurahia? Ni sawa si sawa?
Kwa sababu utamu iko wapi? Utamu iko wapi? Sema utamu iko ndani nione kwa mkono.
Nasikia utamu, nasikia utamu, nasikia utamu, utamu.
Raundi ya pili, hata ya tatu.
Utamu, utamu. Ukilia utamu, utamu.
Hiyo ni politics ya Kenya. Do you agree with the politics? Wanasema bado siasa ijaanza.
Si wewe Boni umesikia utamu iko wapi? Tumeambiwa utamu iko ndani.
Raundi ya ngapi?
Raundi ya ngapi?
Sabina Chenga anasema raundi ya pili. Ni ishara kwamba Sabina Chenga iko kwa serikali.
Yezi kosa. Huko ndio wanga wana nini? Hao ndio wanga wanalipia pesa mingi kupata hizo services. But unaona ukisikia mtu amesema utamu iko ndani inamaanisha kuna watu wako nje ya serikali hawasikii hiyo utamu. Wale wako ndani ya serikali ndio wanasikia hiyo utamu. So hiyo utamu in short wanamaanisha tu like we are enjoying the taxpayers money and wale wenye wako nje hawapati hiyo utamu. Hiyo unasikia utamu iko ndani. So hiyo utamu iko wale wenye wako ndani ya serikali ndio wanasikia utamu. Mimi na wewe Boni sisi hatusikii hiyo utamu. Sisi tuko nje.
Sasa unajuaje mimi siko kwa serikali?
Wewe.
Kama unajijazia tu. Wewe unajijazia tu.
Sasa unajua Boni you are a journalist here at Africa 24 and journalists are objective. They cannot go into government unless you resign as a journalist.
But from what I saw from that video, Sabina Chege is in the government from what I saw, and some of the members there they speaking a lot of vulgar language. That is vulgar language because some of the children maybe who are watching will interpret it in a wrong way. I can see also Gibbs Ikona is laughing because he has also enjoyed that one. So do you agree with the language that they are using?
But you see, Bonnie, from the clips that you have played and what you have heard from the MPs and everything, it shows you, Bonnie, there is a very, very big problem in the country. I rarely see any rally, any political rally in the country that I find politicians are talking about development. Like, for example, Bonnie, you have played numerous clips of Silvana Sosoro, the chief whip. We have played many clips of him here on Africa 24. And if I ask you, Bonnie, to name me the number of times he has spoken about development, it's 0. I hear Farouk Kibet speaking many times, Bonnie, on many platforms, talking about many things. But I am yet to hear Farouk Kibet speak about developments in certain areas. And you see, these are the things, Bonnie, that interest the public. And these are the things which you have to talk to the public about. There is no way SHA is not working, and then wewe unatuambia ati utamu iko huko ndani. Sasa utamu uko huko ndani inatusaidia aje, Bonnie, and people are dying in hospitals because SHA is not working. And many issues, Bonnie. Hata leo, not leo, I saw Aden Duale speaking in Citizen, creating another lie, telling us that I don't know, in 6 months time ati tutakuwa tunaweza order ambulances like venye tuna order Uber. They'll be coming picking people for free. So my prediction, Bonnie, is that is another big lie. And after those 6 months in 2026, I tutarudi kwa hii show and we see whether it's true or not. So the thing is this, Bonnie, politicians have created a culture whereby whenever they stand on top of cars, it's just pure banter. They banter each other. This one throws left, this one throws right. Throws left, throws right. That's why you had the president is attacking the opposition leader Munyoro, saying that he cannot hand over power to people who are disorganized and have no manifesto, because of the culture that is created here in Kenya, whereby whenever politicians stand in front of rallies, they don't speak about developments in the areas which they are in, or if they speak about developments, hiyo yote ni uongo, nothing but pure lies. So that's why I think, Bonnie, we have to break that curse, and we start breaking the curse by we break the mirror that reminds us of our own ugliness. So, and that is by removing the president.
Yes, Alex is saying by removing the president. Boniface Kimanzi, where Gipsy gonna? Mimi ziko DH. Ilikuwa inaitwa DH pala high school. Someone is saying that a vulgar language from politicians below the belt. These people are not good. These people are not God-fearing. That is what Gipsy Gona is saying there. Yes, vulgar language, of course, that is a very bad language, and of course, someone speaking that, and he is a public figure. It may also raise alarm from other people in this country. Of course, Rigiji is the main headline that is happening currently in the country.
What we saw on Wednesday, the 25th in Nairobi, is not a simple thing for this community of ours. All the shops that were looted at night under police supervision were marked in green as shops owned by people from the Mount Kenya region. Hizo nasikia polisi ilichoma Kikuyu. Ni uongo. Who can attack a police station? You have nothing, you have no gun, polisi wako pale wana bunduki. Ati inamesekana ati watu wameingia polisi, ati wamechoma police station wameenda. How? All those things imepangwa ndio vijana wetu wahangaishwe. Viongozi wahangaishwe. It is a nonsense on this community, and I will not allow it. Mimi sitakubali. I will not. Ile mkutano ilikuwa jana Ikulu, police officers wameitwa wahangaishe hao viongozi. Hapa Nyandarua inaolokalawa, wale watu walichoma vitu ni watu si wa area hiyo, wajulikani. Ati ndio washike huyu Medho. Huyu Medho anaweza choma vitu hapa Nyandarua? We are not fools. Sisi si wajinga. That talk of ati ilikuwa kuu ya kupindua rais. ni kitu wanatafuta ni waangaishe viongozi na vijana ya jamii yetu. And that is what happened 1982 after Moi alikuwa anataka kupinduliwa, wakatumia hiyo maneno kuangaisha watu wa jamii yetu. So we must stand firm.
That is Rigiji. But your main man is here. Alex, you had requested for Silvana.
Na wa Kenya tuko tu na Kenya moja peke yake, hatuna Kenya ingine. Tuache kutamani vita, tuache tu hii vitu. Mnasikia watu wakituimbia Nairobi, hii vitu mnasikia watu wakisema tunaenda kutoa rais State House. Nyinyi hamjui, mimi ni wakili. The moment a president anatolewa katika kiti within a constitutional and unconstitutional structure, tunakuwa na kitu inaitwa anarchy. Jeshi inachukua, na unajua jeshi kichukua, kila mtu ni raia mpaka polisi. Ule mwenye akona bunduki aende nyumbani nayo, yule akona. That is why these countries bunduki ziko kila kwa kijiji. Ukikosana na mtu mnauana risasi. We only have one country. Tafadhali watu waache kuincite watu against their own country. Waliandamana juzi na mliwaona, tumekuwa tukiwasikiza wakisema one term, wamekuwa wakisema the entire month one term, na sisi tunawaambia hakuna ubaya. One term ni demokrasia yako. Mungu amekupatia uwezo ya kuishi Kenya, ni demokrasia yako. Uende kwa barabara uimbe one term, uingie kwa kanisa uimbe one term, uingie kila mahali useme yes, it is within your democratic rights. Lakini term moja ni miaka 5, si katikati. Na hiyo term moja haitolewi kwa barabara, hiyo term moja haitolewi kwa supermarket kuiba, hiyo term moja haitolewi kwa kuvunja koti na kuchoma. Hiyo term moja yenye unasema unaongoja hii miaka inaisha, unakuwa na kitambulisho, unaenda huko tunapiga kura, zinahesabiwa tuone kama ni term moja ama ni ya pili. Kwa sababu wewe unasema term moja ni sawa, ni right yako. Sisi hapa Bungoma wananchi hawa wanasema term 2, ni right yao. Wacha kila mtu imbe yake. Wewe imba one term, sisi tuimbe 2 term. Alafu hiyo one term ujue inaisha miaka 5. Hata hiyo 2 term haikuji na fujo, ni kuomba kura na hii mkono na kupigiwa kura. Vile tumekuja kuomba na hii mkono, vile tumekuja kuwachangia hapa na hii mkono, vile tumekuja kuwambembeleza wa mama na hii mkono. Tafadhali mutatupatia 2 term, mutatupatia 2 term. Hebu nione wale wa 2 term kwanza waya. Yes, hiyo ni right yetu. Wewe ni right yako kusema 2 term, na yule mwingine ni right yake kusema 1 term. Kila mtu ako na haki Kenya hii. Lakini wacha kuenda police station kuchoma, wacha kuenda kuchapa police officers, wacha kuenda kunyanyasa police officers ati kwa sababu koti imesema polisi asitumie bunduki, polisi asitumie tear gas, polisi asitumie mawe, polisi asitumie anything. Sasa mnataka polisi afanye nini? Hawezi tumia mawe kama wewe, hawezi tumia bunduki, amekatazwa. Hawezi tumia tear gas, amekatazwa. Hawezi tumia maji, amekatazwa. Sasa imebaki polisi. Siku hizi akienda kwa mahali maandamano iko, itabidi tu aangalie. Alafu akiangalia, mnaanza kusema polisi walikuwa wanaangalia tu. Mnataka polisi wafanye nini? Honestly, mnamshika mwanamke polisi anaanguka, mnamkanyaga kwa kichwa. Mnamkanyaga kwa kichwa mwanamke, mama ya mtu. Polisi pia ni binadamu bwana. Polisi pia ni binadamu, amezaliwa na mwanamke bwana. Tukue na heshima. Munasema munaomba justice na munaenda kuchoma courts. Justice inapatikana kotini, justice haipatikani kwa barabara. Sasa tuulizana nyinyi watu ya Bungoma, walienda kwa barabara siku gani? Wednesday. Wakaanza 7, wakaharibu supermarket Ruiru, wakaharibu supermarket OTC, wakaibia watu town, wakaenda huko Nyeri wakaharibu supermarket ya Naivas. Wale watoto wote ambao wanafanya kazi hapo ni watoto wao, ni watoto wa Kenya hapa. Baada ya kuharibu hiyo vitu yote, watoto wadogo ambao walikuwa wanatembea wasichana pia wakawafanyia ile maneno mbaya. Alafu wakaandamana kwenda State House Girls. Watoto wako form 2 form 3 walikuwa wanataka kulazimisha kuingia hapo. Hiyo ndio kitu mnaimba hapa sijui Gen Z, na kuingia huko kwa State House Girls ati wanataka kuenda kukosea watoto wa form 1, form 2, form 3, form 4. Honestly, Hiyo ndio Kenya nyinyi mnataka? Na baada ya kufanya hiyo vitu yote, siku iliisha haikuisha. Siku iliisha haikuisha. Leo tunavyozungumza, nani rais? Nani rais? So mulidu? No, tuulizane. Baada ya kuvunja supermarket, baada ya kuibia watu, baada ya kufanya rape, baada ya kufanya defilement, baada ya kuumizwa, baada ya kuumiza polisi, nani rais wa Kenya? Nani rais wa Kenya? So imekufaidi nini kwenda kwa barabara na kusumbuka na kuimba? Si ni waste of time?
Alex. Hello. Hello. Yes. You guys. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Alex. How are you, bwana?
Poa sana, karibu kwenye show. As we are continuing, Bonnie, sorry, I think something is wrong with the net in Langata a bit. As I was saying, you find Bonnie, we have played numerous clips of Silvana.
Nilikuwa nakuuliza hiyo clip ya Osoro. Hiyo ni kifaranga, walikuwa wanaitwa vifaranga wa Mutemi na Sababora.
Yes, as I was saying, Bonnie, like that one you have played, he was in Bungoma and he's speaking about asking the votes, but he's yet to speak about the challenges that the people of Bungoma have been facing. He has gone there and he has attacked Rigathi Gachagua. So what does Rigathi Gachagua have to do with the projects that involve the people of Bungoma? Nothing. The education system, what does that have to do with Rigathi Gachagua? Nothing. The healthcare, what does that have to do with Rigathi Gachagua? Nothing. So from what Bonnie tumesikia from that short clip, there is nothing about development that the chief whip has spoken about in Bungoma, apart from and also Bonnie, as we saw from KTN recently, some of those people who go for those rallies ni kulipo wamelipo, hata hawa mama unaona waninua mikono juu. Those are just people who have been paid, as we have seen recently.
How sure are you they have been paid?
There are video clips, Bonnie, online, which were unveiled recently, and you are the leader of this political talk show. You should have them here right now, and those videos are everywhere, and I can even pull one out right now. So it's not something that I am insinuating. So as I was saying, Bonnie, some of those people who go for those rallies, they are paid, and wakisha lipwa. And there's ukiingia hapo KTN, you will find that news story, and you will find. So as I was saying, there is a very big issue with our politicians and the culture that they have created. So to any Kenyan who is watching this right now, whenever you attend any rally and you hear the politicians are not speaking about the development issues in your area, it's rightly so you walk out of that political rally and you go and do something else with your life. Thank you, Bonnie.
Safi sana Alex. Mzalendo, karibu sana. Wakuja wakati show ilishashika moto kabisa. Tuambie pia unasemaje kuhusu Silvana Osoro? Anapiga kampeni ama ako tu mambo yake?
I think Bonnie, you have lost Mzalendo.
Mzalendo alikuwa tu biashara yake, but I have another one here. Leo ni
anasema unaona bibi yangu yuko hapa. William Ruto hakutaka nitembee na mama kanisani akiweko. Nikionekana mimi niko na bibi na yeye hana, picha si mzuri.
Nafikiri alikuwa anaona mimi sijakuja na bibi yangu.
Mlipangia mimi pahali nitatembea na bibi yangu nikiwa kwa ofisi. Sasa nimetoka. Sasa mimi nikitembea na bibi yangu, what is your problem?
Hata kwanza kutembea na bibi yako kila siku. Hakuna mwanaume anatembea na mwanamke akitembea akifanya siasa.
Sasa nimeona hii watu ya Ruto wanalalamika ati mimi natembea na bibi yangu kanisani. Sasa wanataka nitembee na nani? Usilete kombe, kwanza kwa demwangu manze. I said usilete.
Akiamuka kwa kitanda na bibi yake,
Utamu iko mtu akiwa ndani ama nje? Mnapenda utamu ama mtaki?
Ati hakuna kuingiza na kutoa. Mnaingiza inakaa ndani.
I push it in. She start to shout. Dr. Ringding. You're terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Wewe rais, tembea vile unataka. Watu yako watembee vile wanataka. Wale wako na mabibine waamue kama watatembea na wote pamoja ama moja moja.
Tafadhali mimi naomba nyinyi mnisaidie, huyu mtu atakuja kuniumiza. Huyu mtu ananipeleka kama gari ya miraa. Kama baiskeli ya kuibiwa.
Kama gari ya miraa.
Si mimi nilikuwa naibu wa William Ruto. Huyo jamaa kwa kuruka wewe ni one touch.
Ati mpango yao Ruto must go. Sasa Ruto must go itakusaidia na nini?
Hata wanasema sijui cousin.
Ukisikia mtu anakuambia cousin ni kama yule mtu unapatanga na bibi yako. Anakuambia hapana, huyu bibi ni cousin yangu.
Wakwende kabisa.
Soprano, Mr. Yesa.
Hawa watu wengine hawana mpango. Waja msipoteze na we cannot hand over to people hawana mpango.
Sisi kama jamii ya Mulembe tutaanza kutafutana mandugu kwa mandugu kabla tuende kutafuta makuzo.
Nyinyi mtakubali hii story hao watu ambao hawana mpango yoyote?
Ukiniuliza kama Sifuna, ule mkataba tuliandika na UDA is of no use as I speak today.
Tuko na wajuaji wadogo pale wako na kisirani kidogo, lakini watakutana na mimi.
Na ndio maana nasema hiyo mkataba haina maana.
You have no plan to do anything.
Wameharibu uchumi na wataki tuzungumze. Lazima tutasema.
Na kama wako na kisirani na mimi, wawachane na Wakenya wakuje tukutane kando huko.
Alafu mwingine anatuambia kazi ni kazi. Kazi si kazi, kazi ambayo ulipata ndio kazi.
Nitawamalizia pale kando. Wao watu
na tunaona watu kila wiki wanatembea na mamilioni ya pesa ati wanafanya empowerment.
Yule anaitwa Mr. Moneybags. Anazunguka na pesa na magunia akipatia wamama na vijana kuwadanganya.
Inawezekanaje kwa mwezi moja mtu mmoja atoe shilingi milioni 100?
Wakwende kabisa.
Huyu Soprano anaenda na 100 million every week.
Mtu hata akitembea unaangalia ni kama hana hope. Ukiangalia ile ni sura ya kukua rais, hata wewe angalia kwa macho.
Na hao wabunge wenu na gavana hapa wanaendelea kupigia Kasongo makofi na kumwabudu kama ni Mungu.
Uchukue hii kichwa ya Faruk Kibet, uvalishe ule wa Mnyoro, ule wa mtu ya masuti. Ule mtu ya masuti atakuwa mwenda wazimu kwa sababu akili ya Faruk mingi mwili yake yesi kabeba.
Wewe unafuata amri.
Ni kama uchukue radio uconnect kwa transformer ya moto ya 11 kilowatt.
Oh my goodness.
Usilete kombe, kwanza kwa demwangu manze.
As we wrap up, tumalize show.
So, Bonnie, a question to you. Those clips I've played, what do they call them in Kiswahili? Is it makala ya mirindimo ama ni nini?
Hizo na edit. Na edit tu pole pole.
What is the name in Swahili? Sijakuuliza Joeliza. I ask what's the name. Is it mirindimo ama what is it?
Hiyo ni mirindimo, hiyo ni kurindima, wanarindima. Kama vile unaweza sema you can say like the opposition kama ilikuwa Western Kenya vile walikuwa kwa kina Kalonzo, unasema Kalonzo upinzani wa ridima magharibi.
Okay, so we need those clips on TikTok. We have a segment, so we call it makala ya mirindimo, where we post every once a week. But anyway, Bonnie, as we wrap up, as you have said, Bonnie, every time we play any clip here on Afrique, Bonnie, I want us to analyze each and every time any politician, be it Sifuna, be it Babu Owino, be it Gachagua, be it Ruto, Bonnie, let us analyze and see whether they speak about development, especially when they visit different areas like in Bungoma, Busia, or Western, or anywhere in the country, Bonnie. It's high time we hold politicians to a very, very high standard so that they know even how, like, the bar is so high. So if you're going for any seat in 2027, Bonnie, you have to be competent enough. Otherwise, if you're not competent, ujue tu hata you won't even finish one term. Even you will be impeached anytime that you fail to deliver. A motion has to be put in parliament or in senate, and you go home. So I think that will keep the leaders in check. Thank you.
Yes, asante sana Alex. Mzalendo, umekuja wakati tunamaliza show. Tuambie maoni yako ni gani kuhusu Gachagua kwenda USA?
Gachagua is allowed to travel anywhere, just like any other citizen. Kuja kwake USA is not a big deal. It's only that he's widening his influence. So for me, I feel like all the politicians in Kenya have always come to America so that they can get the diaspora support. Remember, diaspora is a very big community and contributes a lot to the Kenyan community. It is the number 2 revenue earner in Kenya today. So for him to come here, it's a plus. And to many of his supporters, maybe will be able to share one or two things about the country or what they feel should be done. Yeah.
Wewe mbona unaenda kupatana naye? Ani president wako?
I don't put words into my mouth. He's not my president. The president of the Republic of Kenya is William Samoei Ruto. So at no given time have I said Gachagua is my president. Gachagua is only an opposition leader, and I don't support Gachagua. Neither do I support the ideologies of Kenya Kwanza anymore. So I am torn between the opposition and having a good. I'm torn between having good governance in our country, and that is what I stand for. So saying that I support Gachagua and all that, no. I'm not really a fan of Gachagua. I'm rather a fan of good governance and the reality that is happening in the ground. So that's what I stand for.
Sunday Mzalendo, of course. Mzalendo, now you can take over.
Mm-hmm.
But before you take over, I want you to see this. I want you to listen to this before.
Anasema unaona bibi yangu yuko hapa. William Ruto hakutaka nitembee na mama kanisani akiweko. Nikionekana mimi niko na bibi na yeye hana, picha si mzuri. Nafikiri alikuwa anaona mimi sijakuja na bibi yangu. Mlipangia mimi pahali nitatembea na bibi yangu nikiwa kwa ofisi. Sasa nimetoka. Sasa mimi nikitembea na bibi yangu, what is your problem?
Hata kwanza kutembea na bibi yako kila siku. Hakuna mwanaume anatembea na mwanamke akitembea akifanya siasa.
Sasa nimeona hii watu ya Ruto wanalalamika ati mimi natembea na bibi yangu kanisani. Sasa wanataka nitembee na nani? Usilete kombe kwanza kwa demwangu manze. I said usinilete.
Akiamuka kwa kitanda na bibi yake,
utamu iko mtu akiwa ndani ama nje? Mnapenda utamu ama mtaki?
Ati hakuna kuingiza na kutoa. Mnaingiza inakaa ndani.
I push it in. She start to shout. Dr. Ringding. You're terrible.
Oh my goodness. Wewe rais, tembea vile unataka. Watu yako watembee vile wanataka. Wale wako na mabibine waamue kama watatembea na wote pamoja ama moja. Tafadhali mimi naomba nyinyi mnisaidie, huyu mtu atakuja kuniumiza. Huyu mtu ananipeleka kama gari ya miraa. Kama baiskeli ya kuibiwa.
Kama gari ya miraa.
Si mimi nilikuwa naibu wa William Ruto. Huyo jamaa kwa kuruka wewe ni one touch. Ati mpango yao Ruto must go. Sasa Ruto must go itakusaidia na nini?
Hata wanasema sijui cousin.
Ukisikia mtu anakuambia cousin ni kama yule mtu unapatanga na bibi yako. Anakuambia hapana, huyu bibi ni cousin yangu.
Wakwende kabisa.
Soprano, Mr. Yesa.
Hawa watu wengine hawana mpango. Waja msipoteze na we cannot hand over to people hawana mpango.
Sisi kama jamii ya Mulembe tutaanza kutafutana mandugu kwa mandugu kabla tuende kutafuta makuzo.
Ni mtakubali hii story hao watu ambao hawana mpango yoyote.
Ukiniuliza kama Sifuna, ule mkataba tuliandika na UDA is of no use as I speak today.
Tuko na wajuaji wadogo pale wako na kisirani kidogo, lakini watakutana na mimi.
Na ndio maana nasema hiyo mkataba haina maana.
You have no plan to do anything.
Wameharibu uchumi na wataki tuzungumze. Lazima tutasema.
Na kama wako na kisirani na mimi, wawachane na Wakenya wakuje tukutane kando huko.
Alafu mwingine anatuambia kazi ni kazi. Kazi si kazi, kazi ambayo ulipata ndio kazi.
Nitawamalizia pale kando wao watu.
Na tunaona watu kila wiki wanatembea na mamilioni ya pesa ati wanafanya empowerment.
Yule anaitwa Mr. Moneybags. Anazunguka na pesa na magunia akipatia wamama na vijana kuwadanganya.
Inawezekanaje kwa mwezi mmoja mtu mmoja atoe shilingi milioni 100?
Wakwende kabisa.
Huyu Soprano anaenda na 100 million every week.
Mtu hata akitembea unaangalia ni kama hana hope. Ukiangalia ile ni sura ya kukua rais, hata wewe angalia kwa macho.
Na hao wabunge wenu na gavana hapa wanaendelea kupigia Kasongo makofi na kumwabudu kama ni Mungu.
Uchukue hii kichwa ya Faruk Kibet, uvalishe ule wa Mnyoro, ule wa mtu ya Masuti. Ule mtu ya Masuti atakuwa mwenda wazimu kwa sababu akili ya Faruk mingi mwili yake yesi kabeba.
Wewe unafuata amri.
Ni kama uchukue radio uconnect kwa transformer ya moto ya 11 kilowatt.
Oh my goodness.
Zalendo, you can take over.
Yeah, I hate the vulgar in Kenyan politics. That was a bit of a drama there, which is entertaining, but sometimes it's called political nonsense. Ayata Networks, how are you, my brother? Ayada Network.
Can I hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Karibu bwana.
Yes. Asante sana, hata mimi nimeingia, nimefurahia kuona kama mnachambua siasa.
Karibu na tuambie uko pande gani?
Mimi niko pande Nairobi hapa Utawala.
Utawala na wapi hapo? Uko Miango, uko pande gani?
Niko hapa Utawala Shooters.
Uko pale
Shooters in.
Shooters. Wewe ni jirani yangu kabisa.
Yes.
Kwa nini hatujawahi onana hapo?
Wewe uko pande gani?
Hapo Shooters ukipanda juu kidogo, ukipanda juu ya Shooters kidogo, kuna mahali hapo, kuna Wakisii wanapenda kukaa hapo. Unapata jamaa anaitwa Didier Drogba. Didier hapo hiyo area.
Okay.
Ya Didier Drogba hapo kuna kasehemu pale ya kujivinjari pale, watu wanakunywa kahawa. Inaitwaje? Nimeisahau jina. Ukipanda Shooters ukienda juu hivi, kuna mahali famous sana hapo. Iko pande ya right. Hebu niambie kama wewe ni mwenyeji wa Utawala unajua hapo. Ukipanda wacha Shooters,
Okay.
wacha barabara main. Sasa unaenda ni kama umeenda sehemu ya Kayole, hiyo barabara ya katikati. Anaitwaje hiyo bahari? Hii mahali inaitwaje? Wewe unaijua. Wewe bwana, wewe unaishi Utawala gani bwana? Ukipanda hapa
Hii area najua kote.
haya, hebu tembee na wewe. Umetoka Shooters, unatembea ukienda juu. Haya, unatembea ukienda juu. Mahali ya kwanza pande ya right ni wapi? Mahali ya Shooters ni club. Sasa
Shooters ni club.
Club ile iko karibu naye, wacha pande ya main barabara, pande hiyo ya juu ni gani?
Kuna pale naona tena pande ya juu nikienda. Sasa hiyo nateremka kwa karibu na flyover huku.
Uendi flyover, wewe umepotea.
Hapa Shooters.
hapo
hapo
juu kando ya
naona
barabara hiyo ya katikati ya kwenda juu.
hapo clubs naona pale mbele tuko na club ingine inajiita Lacoste.
Lacoste bas. Hapo kando ya Lacoste, hapo kando ya Lacoste kuna mahali unapata Wakisii wanapenda kukaa hapo sana, wanachinja mbuzi hapo. Utaweza pata jamaa anaitwa Didier Drogba hapo. Didier na na Wakisii wote wanakaa pale. So hapo mara mingi sana si huenda hapo nachinja mbuzi hapo nakula. Tukiangalia siasa ya Kenya inaenda pande gani. Didier mahali yote tuko salama mingi. Alafu hapo kando pia kuna mahali kuna hii au imeshikana na Lacoste, kuna club pia imeshikana hapo na Lacoste, sijui jina lakini
naonaga iko nyuma
hapo. So naona sasa mimi ni mwenyeji kule hapo Utawala na kujua vizuri sana.
Naona unajua iko area yote.
Hiyo area naijua, hiyo area yangu na huko nimetembea karibu sana Afrika. Hapa ndio tunachambua hii siasa ya Kenya, na utuambie maoni yako, unaonaje Kenya inaendelea kivipi ndugu yangu?
Well, mimi kwangu naweza sema Kenya is not headed in the right direction.
Yes.
Because following the most recent events that we've witnessed, let me start by the current generation that is coming. This is a pricing generation that is impatient. There are some of the things that we can always fight by thorax, but there are these again that we can never fight through thorax. So you can see the Gen Zs have decided that they will always go to the street. They will always want Ruto out even before the right time. Okay, well, it is their right. I'm also almost a Gen Z, but I'm a millennial somehow because I'm 31 right now. So I don't disagree with our young sisters and brothers who are calling themselves Gen Z. It is their right. It is a constitutional right which our forefathers fought for. They are enjoying it today. And equally, even the government, I want to say that is doing right by calling for a shoot to kill narrative. Yes, a shoot to kill order is not the right way to go. That is it is something that I personally would condemn still. No one deserves to die. Only criminals are the people whom we don't want in societies. But once you are someone who is abiding by the rule of law, because even picketing is within the confines of the law. Picketing, as long as it is peaceful and armed, and following the right position or the right directions of demonstration, no one is deserving to die. So I would want us to have some sort of tolerance, even if things are not right. Yeah, the government of the day has not been having it easy. It's really rough for them, and even the people also are not finding it easy because the economy is also on at the edge. The economy is so hard. Things are not going right, and I too agree. Economy cannot be fixed in one day. And that is what has now drawn to all these things that we can see. And the reason as to why these things, you can see this an uprising Gen Z faction that is coming through, it is because our guy here, that is Ruto himself, promised a lot. He promised a lot that is now becoming uneasy for him to fulfill. And this one could maybe cost him a bit some years for him to fulfill to the needs of these people. So now it is becoming hard for him to explain it even to the Gen Zs themselves, because these people are saying that they are even faceless and they're formless. So meeting them is not easy.
You see, my brother, I've heard from millennials like myself who are saying
Yes.
that these Gen Zs have been infiltrated by politicians and by goons in them. The previous Gen Zs had got an agenda, but this other one does not have an
Yes.
agenda. What is your take on that?
Well, to me,
Mm.
the first, let me go back to 2024, June 25th.
Yes.
That one had an agenda
Mm-hmm.
because there was excessive force from the police. There was excessive brutalities from the police. By that time, again, things were not right. The housing levy, which is hitting us so hard, was also implemented without considering the measures for which it was supposed to be implemented. Again, there was the main reason why Gen Zs were going to the roads. It was because they wanted, we wanted, even Kenyans themselves wanted the finance bill 2024 to be squashed. So that is the main reason why 2024 we had that kind of move. And that was the essence of that movement. But this 2025 June 25th, it was I think the people who went to the streets got it wrong. It was supposed to be a memorial concert, or rather memorial remembrance, a memorial venue. It was either supposed to be something organized somewhere, maybe in Uhuru Park or even Kasarani, for people to go there and do a remembrance of our fallen soldiers who died during the June protest 2024, fighting for the economical freedom of this nation. But this other one, these people decided to again repeat the same thing, whereby even as you can see very well, is that actually this year's election, this year's finance bill wasn't that punitive. However, there are so many clauses which was implemented that are so punitive. But we cannot compare it to the previous one, which was so punitive to us. So this one, I would say that it lacked agenda a bit, though even the government overreacted, but it lacked agenda because it was hijacked the same way you just said.
Yeah, I feel like there's a clique of millennials or people who want to discredit the Gen Z movement by saying that it is been infiltrated by politicians, hijacked by politicians, and even goons. But I still feel that they have maintained their message in each and every demonstrations that they call for. And as long as abductions and killings remain as an agenda in Kenya, then the Gen Zs will be there to stay. This is what I feel. If the killings probably stops and the abductions, then the Gen Zs might slow down. But so long as that is still remaining as part of the government crackdown on these young people, and then I feel like their message is still strong enough and it is still rattling the government. Uh, However, what I feel should be done is that everybody is we are used to, your generation and my generation are used to order, are used to be controlled by political class, are used to be somebody is heading us and we follow. So this generation that is used to be led is not finding it very accommodative by this movement. They are not accommodating the views of this generation that is used to be led. So that is where the confusion is. But I still feel that the issues they are raising are very, very important.
Sure. it is true. I totally agree with you. The message is there, because even it is not right for these orders we are getting from the so-called politicians that shoot to kill narrative is not in order. Again, number two, we are Kenyans who deserve to enjoy our constitutional rights, which we fought for, and a situation whereby you find someone is picketing or rather demonstrating, and they are being tear gassed, they are being killed, someone is telling that they should be shot on their legs. I think this is is a misdirection that we are getting from the government. And again, the Gen Z themselves, I personally, the 2024 demonstration, June 25th, I supported and I even participated in part of it. You see that? So this generation, we don't say, and we're not condemning them. The only thing is that we need to have order. You see? They need to have order, and this order is about addressing the issues. You see? Approaching in a civilized way, whereby they will be able to be heard. Even I think that is what even the government is trying to check into, if they can face the government in a proper way with a sober mind, with their points that this is what we need. Because when even last time, remember when Ruto decided to disband the government, sent everybody home, I think it made some sense. It made some sense until by the time again he was able to get to take the same remnants back with the government, changing positions and giving them different names. That is what angered again us a lot. That one. And if I think,
Yeah, you
yeah,
are right. You are right.
yes,
Just continue. Just
yeah.
continue.
So I think the agenda is there, but the way of how to implement it, or rather to present it, is the problem. So, and again, we have a government which will never listen. The government we have today, government of the day, is a government which never listens. If at all the government was listening, they would have actually looked for these people, create a forum which will be able to accommodate the young people, because even these young people, they have their leaders inside them, you see, and they don't want to be led by people who do not have their agenda in their mind. Like today, you find that President Ruto, in this government, there is nobody whom they've happened to maybe to appoint as a member of, maybe as a minister, who is a Gen Z. All of them are like millennials, and this is what now is angering these people too much. That you promised to create 4 million jobs when you get to at the end of your tenure, and even right now as we speak, he has not even created a 1 million only. Even 5,000 he has not created. So these are the things that I think the government needs to fix, so that this generation that is feeling left out to feel included. Can you hear me?
Sorry, my mic was mute. So I heard you
Mm.
loud and clear that the generation feel like they were betrayed when Ruto brought
Yeah.
in the same people
Exactly.
who were sacked. I also feel
Mm.
that he lost that moment. He lost that
Yes.
moment uh, of uh, of bringing the issues that were affecting these people and have closure with them. When he went to the express, they did whatever they had a discussion. Then
Yeah.
he disbanded the cabinet, threw away the finance bill and everything else, but again came back, brought in the finance bill, brought
Yes.
in the cabinet, but in
Yeah.
different position, and he lost it there and there. So
Squarely.
one, the agenda that these people were fighting for initially, he didn't listen or he didn't pay attention to. and that is what is affecting him today. So the generation knows that this president will not listen to them in either way. They will not listen, and he believes that from what the politicians are talking about, this political class believes that these are small kids. They don't know what they are saying. Yeah, that is the kind of notion that I get out there. That these are, these are just small boys in politics. They have got no
Sure.
idea of what they are saying. That is also a very wrong kind of notion. You see, my parents, and many of millennial parents did not have the comfort of discussing politics with their parents. You know, we did not have that comfort of even sitting close and having a discussion with your father or your mother in the issues of politics, leave alone even participating in it. Even going to vote was not something that we took as a priority. But this generation has proved that yes, they can go beyond. This generation of young people have proved that they can go beyond uh, our ways. They can make their own decisions as
Yeah.
young men and women. But my generation did not have that comfort of even discussing politics with my parents. We did not.
Yeah.
That is something that was a go no go zone. But today, this young generation can dictate what they want their parents to do on the ballot. They can
Yes.
have an argument, even if you will not agree with them, but they will vote the other way. I can tell you, my children will vote the way they think is right for them, not the way
Sure.
the father thinks is right. They will vote the way they think it is right for them because one, they have got a national identity card, they have got a brain of their own, and the way they look at things that are going wrong in the country, that does not necessarily the way I look at them. So that is where there is a paradigm shift between my generation and these young boys and girls who have decided that enough is enough. For us tulikuwa tumevumilia, tumekanyagwa na Moi huko, tumekanyagwa na Kenyatta, tumekanyagwa na Moi, tumefanya nini na Uhuru na Kibaki. We didn't even have a word. We didn't
Sure.
even have a word when there was tribalism in the civil service. We never spoke anything. And when we followed the opposition, they led us straight into government. So unaangalia umekuwa kwa opposition thinking that they are going to form the alternative government. Hao tena ndio wanaingia kwa serikali. So nchi imechanganyikiwa. Unaona?
Sure. Yeah.
So Gen Z ile space wana occupy ni space ya opposition. Where the opposition used to sit is where the
Yeah.
Gen Zs are now seated, and they are dictating the pace. The only
Yeah.
problem is that they don't have numbers in parliament. So imagine
Yeah.
in 2027, this young generation will not only have numbers in parliament, but they will still continue agitating the way they are agitating. Because
Yeah.
I think our majenzis wataingia bunge wengi sana, aswa hizi
Yeah.
eneo za Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, nini, Nakuru, nani hizi kwa
Even me,
hmm?
even me, I'm going to vie for MP Ugenya.
These are kind of boys. These are the kind of congratulations. These are the kind of people I want
Thank
to
you.
meet. These are kind
Last,
of people I want to meet. Now you are talking.
yes.
Now you are talking.
Yeah.
Because I don't want Gen Zs to sit just down there and wait
Yes.
for things to happen. We step out,
Yes.
step out.
Yes.
Let me tell you, here in Africa, we will give you the kind of support that we need. We will give you
Thank you.
the projection that we need. We will also give you advice in terms of mobilization, in terms of creating a database for young people in Uganda.
Yes.
Make sure that you have a database of all the young people in Uganda, all the Gen Zs who believe in your ideology, so
Yes.
that you can face the incumbent. In Uganda, I think we have an independent candidate. not an ODM candidate. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you'll be facing the independent candidate. It will be tough, but it is doable.
That
Ugenya has proved as one constituency in Nyanza that can
yeah,
elect somebody away from ODM, and that is a plus.
yes.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah.
plus. So the people of Ugenya, Kamora Mora Mauntie, congratulations to you all. You are doing a wonderful job in terms of legislation and in terms of civic education. I think the
Very
people
true.
there are more informed of why they go to the ballot each and every 5 years. So kudos
Very
to the
true.
people of Ugenya. And young man, thank you very, very much for stepping up and saying that yes, you can. And we are right behind you. Unaweza.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you is.
Thank you.
Unaweza. So let nobody belittle you that you cannot. I know you'll be going against the big names, but hizo ni majina tu. If
Very
you have,
true.
yeah, if you have the policy, if you have got what you believe should be done in the constituency, go for it. Make sure that you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
all the young people in that area around you. Do a lot of civic education in schools.
Yeah.
Remember that in the form fours and form threes who are sitting right now will be ready
Yeah.
to vote in 2027.
7.
So do a lot of information in those schools,
Yeah.
do a lot
Yeah.
of activities, and make sure that you tell them, it is you don't have money to give out, you don't have
Yeah.
handouts, but you have a brain, you've gone to school, and you know where you want to take Ugenya from where the current MP has left
Yes.
to the next level. So that is the kind of spirit that we want. We want young
Yeah.
people to step up in positions of leadership, because what I say is that William Ruto per se is not the problem. The problem
Yeah.
we have in our country is parliament, an ineffective parliament, a parliament that
Yes.
has been compromised. Yeah. So when a
Exactly.
parliament that has been compromised, the executive has got no role. The executive can do anything. They have
Yeah. They're
become,
just there.
they become lapdogs of the executive. Yeah, they just,
Exactly.
when they see the president, the opposition wags its tail, and the Kenya Kwanza people also are wagging their tail. There's
Yeah.
nothing that they can do when they see the master. But now
Sure.
the young people are the ones who have stepped up and are saying what the opposition or minority in parliament ought to do.
Yeah.
So can you
Very
imagine
true.
a situation whereby we have a minority, Junet Mohammed, agreeing with the majority, Ichungwa, all the time on
Imagine.
issues?
Imagine.
Eh?
Nothing can be discussed there. Nothing meaningful can always be found within them, because these people have one ideology. Even I remember last election, when election happened, you could find Azimio had a very brilliant idea. They had got a roadmap,
Yeah.
and their roadmap was totally different from Kenya Kwanza.
Mhm.
Today, I wonder what has changed that has made their ideologies to be the same, whereby they're running in one line, no opposition, things, they speak one language, they walk together, they drink together, they laugh together. That is where now Kenyans are drowning.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there is no one to speak the truth.
Mm. There's nobody to speak the truth. There is nobody
Yes.
to speak the language of the common people. These parliamentarians are speaking their own language. They're speaking either the language of the
Yeah.
government. They're talking
Yes.
about what the government wants. If you hear an opposition supporting government projects, all of them are saying that this is
Yeah.
everything that the government is doing is okay. Mm?
And even last time when even last year, early this year actually, was it early this year or last year? These people decided that they want to make an increment in their salaries. They were complaining that they were almost 1 point something million they are pocketing is not enough for them. And a Kenyan who is living hand to mouth, this is someone who is even not assigned to any other job in life. These are people who maybe work in mjengos, construction sites. These people depend on only maybe 500 or 300 shillings in a day. You are calling yourself to be having 1 point something million to be added again still, that is not enough. You know, that is a total abuse to someone like that. So
That's
we
what.
wonder, yes.
That's why I'm saying that in my quiet time, I always say that one of these fine days, the policemen who are shooting these young people should change roles with the MPs. In terms
Yes.
of salary, they should be given that money, and the MPs
Yes.
take it to the streets and they are given 30,000, 20,000.
Yes.
Now hii ndio pesa yako
Yes.
enda ujikimu kimaisha, wewe ndio
Exactly.
usikie vile Wakenya wengine
Wanasikiaga.
wanasikia, because hao watu waishi kwa maisha yetu, unaona,
Mm-mm.
wanaishi maisha ingine bwana, ile
They're
hewa
living,
ile
they're
hewa
living in
iko huko
paradise.
Karen na ile iko Runda ni tofauti sana na ile hewa iko huko Dandora na ile iko Kariobangi ni hewa tofauti.
Kabisa kabisa. It's like day and night.
It's like day and night. So wewe each and every time you retire towards these lands, them they are retiring on the other end of the town,
Amazing.
They are,
Yes.
where they are met by fences, security dogs zinapiga kelele akienda kuingia kwa nyumba yake, street lights all over, kidogo police patrol cars in the neighborhood and all that.
Yes.
But the police patrol cars in the neighborhood in Eastlands are only coming there to collect debts. The ones
Yes,
in
collecting something small from the Mugoka
yes,
people and the
wanaenda
people selling liquors.
wanaenda wakinyakua ile kidogo ile wananchi wanatengeneza. Lakini ile polisi unakutana Karen huko Runda inakuuliza hey, how are you doing? Uko salama mzee? Niko salama. Haya, fika nyumbani salama.
Yes.
Ama unataka tukusindikishe? But enda ile ya Eastlands. Unaenda wapi? Ingia hapa. Ingia hapa, uko na kitambulisho?
Ati hakuna.
Hakuna.
Unachukuliwa ile uko nayo yote.
Unachukuliwa ile uko nayo yote. So tuko kwa dunia mbili tofauti, na hii ndio kitu kinasumbua watu. Hao wabunge wajaelewa, wananchi wa kawaida washajua wako dunia mbili tofauti nao.
Ndio hiyo. So I want to believe if the agenda, I personally, agenda that I'm going to drive, if given chance to get to this position by the people, the great people of Kenya, I believe that I'll be always be speaking for the people who elected him, who will be able to elect me. Like when I'm elected, of course, I'll represent the interests of the Kenya people. I'll not forget those people because I know the poverty these people undergo. I've been able to work in that region. I see how people are living in vulnerable type of life. These people, they don't believe that they don't believe in government. They don't believe that government can ever work for them. Starting from feeder routes, water, everything is pathetic. There is nothing like water there. Water is just, we use River Nzoia as our source of water for drinking, and maybe the people who are privileged to have something small will be able to drink their wells at home. But still, this is not made. These people are still not given the best they deserve. They elect people who collect a lot of money every single month. And you know, when it comes to election time, they only come there with coins, giving some people 50 bob, 100, and they expect you to vote for them. You see?
Yeah, I feel like if you have a youth-centered policy, that can bring opportunity to the people of Uganda, then you will be in the right direction. And again, talking about the previous MP, if there are issues of accountability, you don't have roads, you don't have good schools in Uganda, in Uganda. Those are some of the things that our people are really yearning for. And again, the job market opportunities, especially in the digital literacy and creative industries that young people can venture into, other than waiting for the government to provide jobs for them. And now that you have CDF, NGAF CDF implemented in the constitution, the MPs
Yes.
force their ways, and you will be among those MPs who will be using that particular fund if you are lucky to get into parliament. How are you going to implement this fund?
Well, these things, for example, let me start with, maybe if at all I want to come up with an ICT hub. This is something that actually can accommodate thousands of young people within the villages around there. And remember, it's a matter of just taking these people to school and ensure that these people get a quality education. Paying for these people to do an ICT course does not even cost much. I personally did an ICT. You see, it never costed me much. I did it only for 2 years. That is for diploma only, and I was already accredited to have my certificate. From there, I can get a job. I was able to get a job. My first job I got actually, I got for a remuneration job, remuneration. And this was during by the time IBC was actually doing their what they were trying to register people to check statistics.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of jobs. If you don't take these people to school, you not be able to get services from them. So what maybe a member of parliament can always do for a constituency to give to produce people who are brilliant, who have gone to school, ensure that these people get quality education. From there, create an ICT hub that will be able to train them. You can even give them interns in those places. You can always find, and I know once someone is educated, opportunities are there for you.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
If you want if I want to empower the future generation, I empower the education system. I dignify them through education. I allow them get quality education, not just education. Because, for example, today, you'll see our members of parliament. They want to come up with those NGAF and CDF, whatever. They want to distribute those checks, and when they distribute these checks, they want to give a moratorium. I'm giving you this check, and the check is maybe for 2,500 or even 3,000. And they're telling me, I expect you now. You see, to me today, I've given you this check. I expect you to be giving me your vote during elections. It's as if this money belongs to this person. This is the money that belongs to the public. The public apology. Public does not even. You are the person who should thank the public for having given you that opportunity to serve them, not them to tell you mtukufu saa yote mtukufu. And these are people who you are representing the interest of the parliament. So that is where people get it wrong. They want to be called mtukufu all the times when the people are the people. The parliamentarian is the one who should respect the people who elected them. You see that? Yeah. So there's a lot that is unfinished jobs that we need to start implementing in place and trying to look in the laws that give the governing laws. I think that is what we should also be able to recheck on, because I don't understand why a member of parliament will always be boasting around na pesa ya wananchi, thinking they are lords. Yes, it's not good at all.
Yeah, because you know, when you told me you're vying for Ugenya, I was so impressed because I've met young people who are fighting for justice. But
Yes.
very few times I meet somebody who comes to this panel and says that, you know what, Zalendo, I'm vying for this particular seat.
Yeah.
That is bold. That is so encouraging. That is so refreshing. Like oh my God, that is very refreshing. Because now
Thank you.
I believe that there will be a genuine economic empowerment for the
Yes.
youth. Yeah,
Yes.
I believe there'll be a lot of accountability is
Yeah.
expected from you and your team if you become the governor, the MP for Ugenya. Then again, there will be a lot of civic education that you will be uh, engaged with. So I am very much impressed with you, and I would like to just to have time and package you for the people of Uganda in a way that
Thank you.
each and every time you invite the youths who are as progressive as you are to a
Yeah.
Freak 24 so that we can have this discussion and move it to the next level
Thank you so much.
of discussion. So
I'll
make
always be
sure,
available.
yeah, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. You leave
Yes.
your contacts with us, and every other time when you are ready, I will shoot
Yeah.
an email for you. You come with the panelists, the people you think that can have a discussion and have an opinion about Uganda and about our country in general, can
Yes.
come and voice their concern. I have
Yes.
said that today I was having a discussion with millennials on our WhatsApp page, Club 50 and above. So
Yeah.
in Club 50, we discuss politics. So every one of them was saying that, we have been hiding in these WhatsApp spaces for a
Yeah.
very long time. It is high time you step up for leadership. Instead of complaining that Ruto is a bad president,
Yeah.
go and challenge him on the ballot and tell him,
Thank
boss,
you.
mimi nakutoa hii
Yes.
kiti sababu ya hivi na hii, hivi na hii,
Naive.
hivi na hivi.
Naive.
So we have to be bold enough to challenge
Yes.
the system, and that is what is wanted. Let me welcome
Yes.
Brother Benson Karibu Sana of Freak 24, and tell us your opinion about our country where we are at the moment.
Thank you so much, Mzalendo, for the opportunity. Where we are, I think we are at crossroad, and everything I feel like seems not to be working. There's anger, and the reason why I'm pointing this out. Today I was watching at ATN, and there was a police officer who came out and was speaking about his transfer and what necessitated him to be transferred, and and he has also been speaking this about everything on his platform, and and like if you listen to what he says, it tells you that there's somewhere that we've disconnected with ourselves, especially the leadership, the people, and even the services, the country at large. There's that disconnect that is um, is is being experienced. But I don't think the political class might not be understanding that disconnect, because this is informed by the kind of utterances that they are making. Instead of focusing on the real issues, they focus on side shows. I was listening also to Junet Mohammed. I think like today, Honorable Junet Mohammed, he was in Migori in a certain function, and I think he asked why was Kalonzo not in Albert Sojuan's funeral. At a time like this, so it tells you that disconnect whereby the real issues that are affecting the country are not the subject of discussion. Especially how do we address the reason why people are on the street? That is one. How can we address the issue of employment? How can we address the issue of um, especially education and any all those, but we are not addressing those. We were so much focused about the presidency and who is the president, who elected who, and so that is where the disconnect is. Another place that also witnessing the disconnect is about the narrative that is being pushed, especially by political class. It is a narrative that has always been used, but it has come in a very intelligent way that so many of us, especially the voters, would not understand, in a way that our emotions are being evoked. If you listen to one of the members of parliament today, I think it's a senator from County was saying that if that is the case, he was warning, especially the population from Mount Kenya, that if that's the case, what you're doing, we'll have to take stock of what happened 10 years ago. So the tone, what the political class are speaking about is quite much different. Again, there's also this discussion that is taking place in the public about intergenerational conversation, and how many conversations have people had, and what has always been the result. Remember, we are a country where we are dealing with the trust deficit, not even today, but since time immemorial. We've had that trust deficit. Remember, during 2007, 2008, it took the eminent person to come and talk to us, including our neighbors, especially Kofi Annan had to come and chair the dialogue between the leaders whom did not agree, So with that trust deficit, it begs you, or it leaves you with a question that what if the conversation or the dialogue or intergenerational dialogue are going to happen? What is that trust going to be there? So those are some of the disconnect. And another disconnect that also I'm witnessing is about, when a country is in crisis like this, what usually happens is that there are people who have served in this country, especially Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has served as a president in this country. We have Raila served as a prime minister. Kalonzo served as a deputy president back then. And when a country in crisis, sometimes you need the guidance, especially for those who have been in power. But in our country, is quite much different. Tell me on how maybe even the government can engage President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, especially when you've said, okay, during the Uhuru Kenyatta, you did not do this, you did not do this. Can it make that environment for negotiation or advice giving? So we are so much disconnected in all quarters. So I don't know how the country will pick up, but those are just like few observations.
Yeah, my thank you for your sentiments. My take on that is that first I watched the Junet clip in Migori where they were attending a funeral. If you want to, somebody said, if you want to watch who politicians are, watch what they say in their funeral back in at home in the village, where they seem to think that nobody is listening to them. Yeah. So watch what they are saying in those particular funerals is when you will know who they are. So I heard Junet talking about how they are in the broad-based government to stay. They are finishing the race with William Samoei Ruto, and hakuna mahali wanaenda. And he also emphasized on what he also said something that was very controversial that I've always mentioned, and perhaps we will discuss about this right now. He said that the constituency where he was, the MP is called Masara. It's Migori East, Turkana East or West or something like that. Now, he said that MP is there to stay, and nobody should be bothered to look for the ODM ticket for that particular constituency. What do you make of such statements coming from leaders?
What has always happened in our political class is a view that they usually have that they are the people who usually make decisions. That is not quite much different with what a very good member of parliament say, that lazima tuende tucha. So the always feel they have monopoly of decision making, especially of the public. That whatever they say, that is what carries the day. And that one now violates what we call the democracy, because in democracy, everybody has an opportunity to make a decision on who they want or who they want to vote for. Yeah, if it's defeated the ballot, yes, because like that's where the democracy mostly we can say that it defeated him in the ballot. But remember, this one comes, if you look at the history of women, especially Masara was not elected to the ODM ticket. That is something that you have to know, because during the nomination there was a problem there. They did not agree, and he opted out and went as a vied as a independent candidate, and he ended winning.
Did he win as an independent or he won as an ODM candidate?
No, as an independent.
Oh, Masara is also he's an independent candidate. He won.
In Migori, I know Fatuma Gedi, Fatuma, the women rep for Migori, was an independent candidate, and Masara.
Wow. So there we go. The man from Uganda. You got a lot of people. So this thing is doable. You can beat ODM in their own game.
Check Masara. I'm very sure there was Masara.
I thought that he was an ODM, but he seems to be. Let me check him out. Anyway, what do you make of this? The gentleman from Uganda.
Well, I agree totally 100% with my brother Benson. Number one, what these people are trying to do is so dangerous. This is a very dangerous thing. This narrative that a region must be ruled by a certain party. I think when Kenyans fought for Section 2A of the Kenyans or Section 2A in 1992 or somewhere there.
Yep, 1992.
Yes, these were the freedoms that we acquired, that anybody can vie with whatever party they want, they feel comfortable with. Now today, they are now trying to regionalize this thing. They've divided Kenya into segments that they feel that, okay, according to their interests. Now Raila Amolo Odinga is trying to give Nyanza as a region ODM. That is a very wrong, that's misconception. Things are getting out of their hands. That's why you see independent people are now getting with their party, getting themselves in the field, and they're winning. Even in someone like David Ochieng, who come from where I come from, that is Uganda. David Ochieng vied with his own party called MDG. MDG has been winning there ever since the guy formed it. He has ruled two terms. He served 3 terms, but 1 term was ODM. Then when he was sacked, when he was thrown away from ODM, he formed his own party, that the MDG, then won again. Again, after that, he won this 2022 election again, he won with his own party. And I think that the freedom we want, we cannot be led by one party trying to marginalize people, trying to make people feel like as if they are tied in a certain bottle. We should be free and able to air our mind. Like again, we see in Kenya here. Like let me start with the DCP. DCP, you can see it is almost again becoming a regional party. You see, it has just been formed the other day, but it's coming again. It looks like a regional party again. It is it's mostly rocking in Mount Kenya region. You go to Wiper. Wiper is rocking again in only eastern part of Kenya, that is Ukambani, Makueni, and Kitui. You come again back here in let me say, there is another party here. We've got 3 parties. Okay, that is Jubilee. Jubilee was also a regional party. That was only UDA. UDA again, as we speak, is going to be a regional party. It will only be a party that is going to be left for people in Rift Valley. So that is where we are going again. So I think we as young politicians now who are trying to come up, we need to talk to the community, try to educate, to give some civic education to our peers, to our people, that it is not about the party, it's about the ideology, it's about the mind you're going to install in these people. You see, it's about the job you're going to bring, or rather the brilliant idea you have for the transformation of a certain region that people has interest in. And I think that's the way to go.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And, perhaps I need to get one of these MDG members to tell us how they won election in ODM stronghold so easily and PDP from Migori. I mean, that is interesting.
I can it's called who? I know one of the MCA who is elected in Busia County, secretary somebody. It's called Mr. Honorable Land. You can try to reach out to him.
Even the Mwindi guy from Kisumu.
Yeah, he won independent.
Yeah, he won him.
Shabil, is that Shabil or
Shakir Shabir.
Shakir Sabir. I mean, this is something that is doable. I mean, I'm getting excited to see that young people are already coming up.
You know, Kisumu County, there's a member of parliament from Nyakach, not a member of county assembly.
From where, Ben?
From Kisumu County. He's went through independent candidate. He was an independent candidate. It's called who? I've also I know. But he's the only member of parliament, a member of county assembly who was elected on independent as an independent candidate.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, even as we wound up, because we have got the next program that is coming in the next 3 hours with myself and Brother Ben and media that will be covering Kenyan time. It will be in the morning. You can listen to what we'll be discussing later on. We have got a wonderful show that is coming. Now, I want to ask this question. How will the local react to this new Gen Z movement, or how and in the ODM stronghold and the UDA stronghold? And my second question would be, since these are regional parties, you said they are predominantly Rift Valley, they are predominantly Eastern, they are predominantly, I've not seen somebody mentioning Western, they are predominantly in Nyanza. Don't you think, Mheshimiwa, that there is a vacuum that is being left in the major cities? In the major cities, nobody is saying that there's a party that is dominant in this particular city, like Nairobi, for example. How do you think the seats in Nairobi honestly will play around in 2027?
Well, to me, according to me, Nairobi, is a national. We normally call it a national county. Nairobi combines people from different backgrounds. There are people from Mount Kenya, eastern part of Kenya, southern part of Kenya, and even the Nyanza region, that is the western part, is also here. So what happens with Nairobi? Nairobi, that's why you can see even today, the leaders that are elected in Nairobi, majority is ODM. ODM is the majority, then UDA. In Nairobi County, you have got 17 sub-counties. We have got 85 wards in Nairobi County. Here, it depends with the grassroots mobilization. I was in the ballot. I invited as an independent candidate in Ruai ward. That is the last election.
Oh, you are with my good friend Pocoyoyo.
Pocoyoyo was my good friend. He was supporting a guy called
I see. I know the politics I know the politics everywhere.
Yeah.
There was somebody there by the name of Yoyo.
Pokoya, I even have his number here. Pokoya is my good friend.
Oh, okay. One day, bring me to a break 24 so that
I
we
will.
can have
I will
this
invite him.
discussion.
Yes, I will invite him. So I was able to traverse Nairobi, and it happened that at the presidential level, I was supporting Raila Amolo Odinga
Mm-hmm.
because his ideologies by that time was actually rhyming with mine. However much I was an independent candidate, I supported him. But I personally, when I was going around helping him get some votes with my people, with my team, I was able to see that Nairobi is the county, is the only region in Kenya which does not go with the party. They go with their ideology. Nairobi is not dominated by any other party, but they go with ideas. So I think Nairobians, for a number of occasions, as you can see, it has not been going with the narrative of the government of the day. Even during Uhuru's time, Uhuru Kenyatta was not able to bag Nairobi. Nairobi always go to opposition, and they go for ideas also. They go for ideologies. As in, when you come with a brilliant idea which can work in the economic background, economic corridors, they'll always support you. So Nairobi is a very unique county. It is not easy to be dominated by one party.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So, if you are listening at home or wherever you are, know that the cities are easy to grab in any political context. The cities are the cosmopolitan towns where they don't regard people with tribe, party affiliation, but the principles and ideologies that you put on the table. Ben, what is your take on the question?
Hello, Mzalendo.
Yes.
You're asking about Nairobi?
Yeah, I am asking about this vacuum that is being created by you know these parties that dominate that are dominantly are dominantly in the rural areas. Yeah. If you go to UDA, it's a municipality. If you go to Nyanza, it's in Homa Bay. UDA, ODM is in Homa Bay, Siaya, and its environment. If you go to a party like Kalonzo Musyoka Wiper, it's dominating in eastern politics that side. But if I go to coast, if I go to Nairobi area, yeah, you find that there is a mixture of all sorts of candidates. Now, is it right to say that the opposition or the opposition will dominate in all these cosmopolitan towns?
As my brother said, it is sometimes personality. Also, when you look at some areas, it also depends on who are the majority in that particular areas. Because let's say, like for instance, like when you go to where this member of county assembly usually comes from, the Gorogocho, who are the majority around that area?
Matakwe, Jaluo.
And also it depends with who are you, the somebody who have been there before, or somebody who born there and raised.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, you can have been born there, but you don't share the same ideologies with ODM.
Yes, but you still can make it, and
Yes.
and yeah, check for instance when you look at the election of Sakaja. Yeah, Sakaja and Polycarp Igathe. Why did the people elect Sakaja? Some people voted Sakaja because ni mtu ambaye labda alikuwa ni mtu wa mtaa, tunaita hivyo kwa lugha rasmi, huyu ni mtu wa mtaa. Then again, look again what happened again with Esther Passaris and remember Rachel Shebesh. whereby Esther Pasharis could be lost to Passaris. Yet, if you look at how it was done, the Jubilee had the majority of votes. So sometimes it's about the personality. It is not about a particular party. Yeah. Remember when Edwin Sifuna lost the other time? Yeah. So it is all about personality. But now, in 2027, things are going to change, and the reason why things are going to change, and that's why you are witnessing, especially those are in Nairobi, including Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna. Those were very vocal. It is not very clear the stand they've taken, especially. Yeah, they are playing with the views of the people. Especially you find that they tend to lean towards what the younger people are saying. You know, look at somebody like who has been a member of Westland for quite so long after Gumo, Wanyonyi. What did he say? He's saying he's going to vie in Bungoma. Why is that one so?
Why is that one so? Because in Kugumu, Nairobi, my friend.
Yeah.
Nairobi si rahisi.
And Nairobi, especially when it comes to the government, it sometimes they tend to negotiate it, but even during negotiation, sometimes they don't get it right. Because remember, in the last general election, Nairobi was negotiated between ODM and Jubilee. Because the preferred candidate that that was supposed to be given to people, was not in the ballot or was not confronted. Because remember, Polycarp Igathe came too much late in the race. Yeah. So despite the fact that it was negotiated and Polycarp Igathe still lost. So it is one of those counties that I think in 2027 will be very, very difficult, especially for the members of parliament or the leaders who, especially the women rep position and the senator and partly
yeah, women rep naye niko sure hiyo imeenda. Women rep na governor wa Nairobi, hiyo imeenda kwa opposition.
Hiyo itaenda mapema. So those why I agree with my brother.
Okay, wacha tumemaliza show ya leo, unless mheshimiwa, do you have anything to say? Seme sahi na tumalize show.
We don't. I'm just happy to have joined you guys today, and I can see indeed it's an interactive platform. I wouldn't want to miss any of these discussions again going forward.
All right, tuachie number, go to the private chat there, leave for me your number. I'll get in touch with you so that we can have more of this discussion with you later on. Have you subscribed on Africa 24?
Yes, I'm already.
Make sure sasa uko ndani kabisa. Now, Ben, any parting shot ama
tukutane saa moja asubuhi ya Kenya.
Saa moja asubuhi ya Kenya tuko na show moto sana. And just a sneak preview of what will we be discussing in the morning, Brother Ben?
We will be looking at the remarks by the President, especially the shoot-the-leg order, how he's done about the politics, and also by Belgut, member of parliament, how are we prepared as a country? This, what kind of message, who are going to be? We'll be talking about the basic of regarding how impactful is that this political area, and how the opposition doing Kenya when Rigathi not around Matiang'i cancelling his tour of Mount Kenya, especially the East, because he was supposed to tour with Mount Kenya East with Honorable, who do we call it? The former agriculture CS is called who?
Munya.
Munya, and they
Munya.
cancelled the trip.
Munya.
Yes, what that does one mean? And also about the police officers who are coming out to speak and, saying that they can even lose their job. What does one mean, especially in the police force? Those are some of the areas we will be discussing and other unfolding issues.
All right. Yes, viewers, please don't miss out that particular discussion. We will be discussing about the top political flashpoints that came out this week. Of course, one, Raila Odinga, Edwin Sifuna, Attorney General Justin Muturi condemning the unconstitutional and dangerous remarks by the president of shoot the legs that violates the constitution of the Republic of Kenya. And regarding Gachagua, the now new opposition leader in Kenya, is touring the United States and has vowed to report the criminal activities to the ICC. We will be following that. Plus, we will look deeply at the tribal rhetorics of Nelson Koech, the Belagut MP, that is saying that police should indeed shoot to kill. And more of this on IBC. You remember now we have a new IBC chairman, Erastus Ekton, sworn in, and his deputy, Fahim. And of course, CJ Martha Koome urged to restore public trust in the judiciary ahead of the 2027 election. Now, Kalonzo is not happy about the new IBC. All that we will be looking at in our next program. So, guys, thank you very, very much for being part of this discussion. Dalmas, asante sana for being part of our freak this evening. And I hope to see you guys later on. Make sure that you are part of this discussion anytime, any day. I have been your host, Muzalendo, and kama kawaida, thank you, Gypsy Corner. Thank you, Yusuf Etiang, for your contribution on the comment section. Those who have been watching us from Tembei, asante sana, and please make sure that you subscribe on Afrique 24. We'll be later in the morning, Kenyan time, at midnight in Eastern time. We will be hosting a very, very good show that will flash what the politicians said this week that are controversial. Otherwise, thank you so much to the panelists who are here earlier on, Bonnie and I've forgotten his name. Bonnie was here, and Alex. Thank you for holding up on Africa, and we hope to see you later tomorrow. This show will always be there for you, discussing the real issues that happen in our Kenyan politics. Otherwise, asanteni sana na jiunge nasi baadaye katika hii show ya Africa 24.